Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you can hear me right now. I'm really not certain because I've never recorded before. Let's see. Yeah, this is okay. Um, so welcome to this new channel, my only crafting channel. So I'm kind of new to this. This is kind of exciting or something. It's quite scary too. I mean, you don't want to fuck up in your first video. Oh, well, I shouldn't be swearing then, should I? I hope I'm not, like, too quiet or anything. I don't think I am. Okay, yeah, that's really good. Today we'll be making something that looks like this, but then executed properly. Because last time I did this, I used this tape and I just stuck it together. Actually, I used the one over there. I don't know. No, you can't see that. That's wider anyway. But you just stick it together. You draw on it, and then you cut it out with your knife, which I have right here. My knife. And then you stick it on. But I think that paper wasn't really properly prepared, so that went wrong quite horribly, as you can see. But I like the colors, so what I decided to try and do is actually do this in a proper way right now using, let's see, what am I using today? We're using this Winsor & Newton watercolor, masking fluid. It's in Dutch and French. I mean, I live in the Netherlands, so I don't know if you have this brand in America or wherever you're from, but just get masking fluid, any will do, I guess. I was just like, hey salesman, I need masking fluid, what should I buy? So he just handed me this. I got this. I don't really care. I decided to change up the composition a little bit, so instead of doing a vertical one, we're doing the same size paper, although I cut this one because I had placed my because like it's kind of like a sticker. Once you have the first piece on, you can't change it anymore. So I put it on in the wrong way, and it just so I needed to trim this down. But I think this will be better. Also, that I did the drawing for that I did directly on the tape, which I'm not going to do here. I'm first going to do it on this paper, then I'm going to cut that out. I folded this just because this way it will fit in certainly. And I'm going to cut this out, trace it on this paper, because if I erase on this paper it'll probably break, which we obviously don't want to happen. You'll get kind of this effect. I don't know if you could see that, but yeah, the paper is all ruined. We don't want that. We don't like that. So I decided to do this first. So let's head into this. I'm using a 5H, which is a really hard lead. Use anything you have at hand. It's really not important this time because you're not going to see the drawing that you did anyway. I suggest for the tracing though, you should probably use like HB or harder lead, because otherwise it's gonna go horribly wrong. So let's start off with a circle for the head. I believe I placed it down here for my sketch. Circles are not my strong point. You just make a lot of them and it will kind of look like a circle. It's not really important for this drawing anyway, because although you'll be doing a lot of circles, you're not going to see them, so yeah. You'll kind of need this shape, but not that much anyway, so it'll be okay. Believe me, you don't need to be able to draw circles. Let's make another circle right here for the chest area. Or maybe move it down a bit. Yeah, I'm moving it down. It'll be more like an oval anyway. Oh, that's horrible. No, this'll function, I guess. It'll do for now. I need it bigger though. Unless, of course, you want someone with a really tiny chest, then I mean, go right ahead. It is your drawing, do whatever you want with it, and there is some sort of dust dangling here. Let me get that. Okay, yeah, the close-up on my fingers. Well, um, so, I'm gonna draw the spinal cord right now, which is, it'll just be the line of general motion, and luckily I could turn it. Not all YouTubers have that liberty. So I decided I'd position her somewhat like this. So, but you know, you could do whatever you want if you want to sit like in the other drawing. Then I suggest you do that instead. It's just, when you know how to draw people, or you don't, I mean, I don't know. I started drawing people 12 weeks ago, and I didn't really do that many, so, I mean, I'm just, yeah. I'm so noob. As you might notice by my voice, maybe it's shifting a bit. It's because I am only 16 years old, and I just turned 16 like a month ago, or maybe 2 months ago, so, yeah, that's why. I am very new to this whole art thing as well. Like, I've always been decent at it, so it shows it. I liked it. Always had a 9 average for it, which in German they'd be like, what, you have a -3, but no. So in German that would be somewhat like a 1 or 1.5, and in French it'd be like an 18, but yeah, or like something near an A in English in America. But anyway, so you need these shapes. That's the head shape. This is the like chest area, and this would be the hips, which I'm gonna make much wider than the rest of the circles, because you really want this to have a good to be really wide. But not gonna work on that right now. You want the lines for the shoulders in right here. I'm not going to give her that wide shoulders, then I just triplet here, like what the fuck. Yeah, something like this will be okay. And at the end of the shoulder, you're also going to draw a circle, because that will be the width of the arm. As I said, people, a lot of circles. For the elbow, make sure the distance is about equal here as it is here. So, probably something like this maybe. And you're gonna want to make this circle just a tiny bit smaller, and then the third circle, which will be for the wrist, will be even smaller, and you'll place it somewhere out here or anywhere you want, really, because it's your drawing. You are free to do whatever you want. That's the nice thing about being an artist. I know people will judge you for the things that you make. You just shouldn't care, really. So let's see, how am I gonna position this other arm of hers? Maybe could bend it. This would be roughly thumb in between, so then this will be right here. Something like that, maybe a bit bigger. They don't need to be precisely equal anyway, so yeah. I really hope it's picking me up, because I like talking to you. And if it's not picking it up, I need to do separate commentary, or commentary, if you want to be really British about it. But yeah, or at least that is the way my English teacher pronounces it, and he really wants us to talk British English, which I kind of got used to doing, but like, okay, I'm wondering if this will ever be okay. This arm. God. I hope the shadow of my hand is not in any way annoying you. It's not meant to annoy you. I'm not purposely doing this. It's just there. I only have one lamp standing right there. It's a desk lamp, so please be patient. I'm working on this. I mean, this whole construction is literally made out of tape and pieces of closet, which is interesting, to say the least. I like to draw with the side of my pencil because you get less hard of a line, which, I mean, it's not really important now that we're doing silhouettes, but if you're doing full drawings, I suggest you use the side as well, or do not exert as much pressure on your pencil, because even though it's a 5H, it still leaves some like really strong lines, as you can see, because I'm going over my lines a lot, which is just the way I draw. I don't know if many people do that. I just like to do that. It will make I don't know, it'll make several lines, so you could choose whichever you like and then erase it and then get one line on the line that you liked. So then I don't know, you got yeah, just a better shape in general. I'm drawing this because the human form in my imagination would be something like this. I do not know if that's true though. I just do something. I really don't know. So also, she is not human, so if it's not exactly the way you want it to be, I mean, you could be nagging about it for ages and ages, but I mean, you could also just leave it be, honestly. Yeah, the idea of this video is to... we could either, which I don't know which one I want to do, we could make the, like, I'm gonna trace this on that paper. We could fill that up with a masking fluid and then work around it, like around there should be the color. What we could also do is actually fill it with color and do the rest with the masking fluid. You're gonna remove the masking fluid afterwards anyway. So, I don't know what design I want for the tail fin yet, not that it's really important. So let's just make the hair first. So, I mean, you could kind of make it really poofy because in the water your hair is more likely to spread and everything. This I don't need to draw any further because it's a silhouette, you're not going to see it, and there is obviously like a separation thing right here. Forgot the name. Oh well. That shows you what an A-level graduate, no, I was C2 level, so I graduated my Cambridge Advanced English with an A, which I don't know how I did that because I fucking forgot the word fluorescent. I'm like, how could you do that? But I guess the examiner didn't, like, he didn't mind, so... Well, and the interlocutor didn't mind as well, so that is good. Shows you how easy it is to get an A under CA. Also, the difference between an A and a C was really small because I got 201 out of 210 points. So I got an A, but then my brother, he got, I believe he got like, yeah, he got 190, I believe, out of the 210 points, and he got a C. actually, I'm not happy with the way that thumb turned out. It's way too big. And actually, if you're gonna go for realistic, then actually the finger was too small. But I like small hands right here, so it looks kind of like it's like one of those things on the fun fair, the summer fair, like so you could grab these stuffed animals with it, or the plushies, not stuffed animals. That seems really weird. Every time I say stuffed animals, I think of taxidermy, which I don't know. That's just kind of creepy. I think, like, I'm not against it or anything if the animals were already dead anyway, but like it just really creeps me out. So, see what I did over here, actually. I believe I turned it around. It was like, because I made this sketch during history today, and I was like, well, let's prepare it this way, and then I'll just not do the drawing tutorial with it. But then, I don't know how, but the paper got fucked up, so that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But I guess I'm doing a drawing tutorial now as well. I know this recording is gonna take a really long time. But anyway, who the fuck cares, right? That does not seem like a natural pose, but anyway. Moving on. I say anyway a lot. I hope I'm not, like, awkward. I probably am, though, but forgive me, it's my first time recording. I mean, honestly, who's gonna not be awkward the first time recording? Except for the art ship, but the art ship was just plain awesome. I watched every single one of her videos. I didn't do all of them, though. I mean, I watched them all in, like, one day, so... I mean, what are you gonna do? But yeah, she's been really growing, like her channel has been like increasing in size like a lot ever since I started watching. I have given people the advice to watch it as well. And with people I mean one person, because she is into art as well. I think that tail fin is, yeah, that'll be okay. I believe that'll be okay. I don't actually believe in anything. Well, yes, I do, but you know, not in any god or anything. I believe in myself, and the kindness that humanity sometimes possesses. Sometimes, not always though. Not everyone is as kind. Let's see, where did I put my cutting mat? That is not very handy for me. Let's see. Well, I don't really care at this point. Oh, that is one of my oldest things I've ever made. Like, that is really old because I used to do acrylics, but before that I used to do watercolor, and then I got into watercolor again, and I lost... Oh my god, I am freaking stupid. Where did I put the knife? Oh, there. Well, okay. Can you see this right now? That is one of my oldest watercolor paintings I've ever done. It's not even finished. I didn't even know how to prepare paper, so I didn't at all. Okay, so here's my knife. I'm not good at this or anything, but I'm gonna try to do this. You're gonna want to cut it out, maybe a little on the inside of the edges, because when you trace it adds volume. But you know, on the hair it doesn't really matter anyway, because you want, well, very full hair. Anyway. So people are very curvy. You don't need to make them very, like, you don't need to make a lot of sharp angles or anything. Also, you don't you don't need to be careful with this. No, you do. This is fucking hard. Yeah, and make sure not to cut yourself. That would be really important. To not cut yourself. Again, I recommend using a cutting mat. It's one of those silicone things, but I really don't see it right now. Having trouble breathing. I did a 12-minute test today, which means you need to run for 12 minutes, and I don't know why, but I have this handicap that I cannot breathe when I do sports or anything, or when I'm satisfied because I've had too much food, then I can't breathe as well. So either, because it's either. Oh god. What I tend to do when I talk English is that I leave the R out completely, which I don't know if that is by any means correct in some sort of accent. I am going to speed this up though. So I think in the video I will try and figure out how that works, because this is gonna take so long, and if it doesn't work, like if I don't know how to speed it up, you could just forward this, honestly. Just you know, if you think you could do this without watching me, which I mean everyone can do that, cutting this out without watching me, because I'm not good at it either, so I don't think watching me is really necessary. Then go ahead and skip this pod, because it is probably fucking frustrating to watch me do this. On the other hand, if you really enjoy my voice, which I can hardly imagine, as it is fucking awful, then go ahead and watch it, I guess. So, it is Friday evening right now. It is dark outside already, and it's like, what, maybe 8 o'clock? Not even. But I hope I'm still working in the range of the camera. Yes. Oh wow, it's really showing up. That's nice. Or at least from where I can see it, it's showing up. I don't know if it is. Oh, did I even cut this? Wait. I am too stupid to do this. Actually, I'm not stupid. I have a really high level of education. But that doesn't really matter. I am just weird. So, let's see. Yeah, this high level of education is one of the reasons I'm not going to art school in my future. My parents don't want me to. It's that easy. They want me to make real money, which, I mean, I understand their concern, as art is considered less important in life, I guess, and because owning art is not that important, I guess. But yeah, so they're afraid I won't sell, and then I'll be poor and stuff. And people in the park are being idiots. I hope you can't hear that. If you can, then excuse me for their sort of extremely annoying behavior. They are spamming their the bell on their bicycle, which is annoying. Is that called a bell though? I think it is, because Saved by the Bell, it's the same thing. Yeah, okay. No, that's just, I was just thinking, comparing Dutch to English. I like how C2 level is the highest level of English you could possibly reach, and I reached it, and then there are so many words in my vocabulary that are just missing. I don't know how I ever reached that. This is going really well so far. I really like that. Let's just pop it out for a bit, so that I don't need to struggle with that later on. Remember, this does not need to be perfect because you're gonna draw it anyway. So if it's not perfect, then so be it. You could always draw different lines than you cut out. Plus art is very free, so if you like the effect that you made by fucking up, then hey, go for it. Because, to quote someone, they're just happy accidents. Bob Ross. I don't know, I like watching his videos, or well, the videos uploaded of him making paintings. It just seemed like, I don't know. I sympathize more with women than with men, which is why I watch like the Art Sherpa and Ginger Cook and stuff like that. But then I do not watch Kalai 5 Art, which, I mean, it's a nice man. It's just, I don't know, I just dislike watching videos made by men that do creative things, which is kind of like hypocrite, because I am a man and I'm making this fucking thing. So, but you know, just because I don't like watching it doesn't mean you don't dislike watching it. Yeah, plus I don't have enough time to follow all those people. Oh, who am I kidding? I don't sleep. Well, I hardly sleep. I don't know. I just wake up like around 3, and that's where kind of my night ends. Like 3 a.m. is kind of like... But, you know, I go to bed at 9:30, which is a fucking awful time, because that is fucking early. So I stay online on WhatsApp for like maybe 2-3 more hours, and then I go to bed as well, although usually it's not 2 to 3 hours because I want to watch an Art Sherpa video. I know I'll be talking about her a lot, so heads up for that. I'll be putting a link to her channel in the description. I hope she does a shout out for me, so that I actually get some views. So now that we've made this right here, we could trace it on with our 5H pencil. And again, if you have more stable paper, you could just draw it on, you can erase it, no problem. Just because my paper quality is not that high, because I'm using my cheapo paper and not my good paper, because my good paper is of a very different size, and it'd just be weird to fill that whole paper with just one Mermaid. But yeah, so I cannot erase this because then my paper will break. So we need to do this really carefully, make sure I get this right. Well, I can erase if I use really light pressure, which I know I'll do, because I am never happy with the way things turn out and I want to change them so badly. Also, if you're working with a 5H pencil, like, it's not necessary. You leave quite a deep impression on the paper because it's such a hard lead. So you try to use really light pressure, but just enough so you could see it, because otherwise your paints are gonna um, they're gonna run into these kind of like valleys that you create, and you're gonna get a really dark line of paint in there, which it isn't bad necessarily. It can look good. It's just not. I don't recommend it. Just keep that. I hope you can't see my head or anything, because otherwise I'll need to do this recording again, because I will not accept that. Okay, like that. I don't know where I started. I really hope I can see it. I think maybe you guys can't when I'm done, but that will be okay. Because I'm gonna go over it with the masking fluid, and you'll probably see it yourselves anyway, if you're doing this with me. If you're just watching this for inspiration, then go you, you're just like me. If you're doing this with me, then go you, because that is what it's meant to be. Like, it should be a tutorial. I'm always too lazy to do them. Yeah, I can see it. I don't know if you guys can. Let me check. Sort of. Yes. No. If you look at the bottom of your screen, like, upwards, you might be able to. But, yeah. I'm gonna save this, actually. I could do fun things with that. I really think that turned out quite okay. So, I have never ever used masking fluid before, so excuse me. Oh, there's a child's lock on this, obviously. A child-proof lock. So, oh, that is disgusting. No, please. It's on my fingers now. Okay, so I don't know how to apply this. I think I'm gonna just use one of those brushes. I do not know if that's the correct way to do it. I'm just doing it that way. If you know how to use this, then I suggest you go use it in your way, because my way is not the right way. So let's see. Oh, that smells really horrible. I don't know why it smells like that. It smells like, I don't know, fish has just died, or just died months ago. Absolutely ages ago. I don't even know if it's supposed to be this fluid. Like, I've never used it. I don't have any experience with it. This is my very first bottle of it, so I have nothing to compare with. Absolutely nothing. And I don't know, I'm just kind of working it in. I believe what you're meant to do is let it dry and then apply the color on your sheet, and after that you can remove it again, because it is not colorless. It is slightly pigmented, which for the purposes of the video making is actually quite nice, because that way it might pick it up and you can actually see it. I think I'm gonna apply a bit more over here, because that seems like it's really not that thick, and I suppose you need kind of a thick layer, because otherwise it's not well protected. But you know, that's just an assumption. Oh, my head is definitely in the screen there. Is it? I don't know. Not knowing makes me all nervous. Okay then, my hand is in my way. Help. Actually, let's put this over here. I have to clean my brush for a bit, because that is in my way. It was not the way I would like it to be, so, oh, my brush became handicapped now. Cool. Yeah. Oh. This is actually quite handy, the brush being handicapped right now. I really don't know if this is the way it's supposed to be. I mean, only the guy from the Five Guys song thing, Oh My Down thing, knows what it's supposed to be. Like, every time I say what it's supposed to be, I just kind of think of that song, because this is how bacon is supposed to be, right? So, yeah. And I've been to New York once, and it was with my school, which is quite awesome. It's because I do bilingual education, so I get to do that. Whoop, whoop. And, well, you need to take care of your own food, so we brought loads of money. With loads, I mean like 100 euros, which is not that much. But food in New York, holy shit, it's in the screen all the time. If I am in the video, I'm really sorry. I really am. I don't know if I am though, so... Like, I know that I'm sorry if it happens, but I don't know if I am in the screen or not. So, I will try my best to kind of be not in the screen. If I am truly sorry, and I will try to record this again without being in the screen. I'll just do it over or something. Yeah, I really like mermaids now. I don't know why. Like, honestly, I've never been really a fan of mermaids or anything, but now that I got into art, about like 5 months ago, I really started to do this because it was liberating me from a depression that was not very good. I didn't sleep at all. I was so worried all night. I couldn't even... I mean, that was just awful. It was hell. But things got better now, so yeah, I think I'm happy with that. As you can see, I left most of the outlines. Breath. Too much talking. The purpose of leaving the outlines is because you're gonna put the watercolor on top of it, so hopefully it won't show up. It worked on my previous painting, which was large, and it was, I think it turned out really pretty. I would have liked for the edges to be more crisp, but it was pretty okay. For my first watercolor painting, it was definitely awesome. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to let it dry, right? Do I? I don't know. I really don't. Is this the way to clean like a brush that has been abused by masking fluid, or should I go to the bathroom for a second and use my brush cleaning thing? I really don't know. Oh. Well, I guess this will be my masking fluid applying brush from now on, because it's fucking ruined. Good. I should remember that. Maybe I'll... Yeah, you know what? I'll do that right now, because we have nothing to do right now. I'm waiting for it to dry. So what I'll do is turn on the light, because that is fucking awful. And, I'll paint it. In a nice, green shade right here. I'm not sponsored by this company, so fuck them, I'm not showing their brand. It is a really cheap, bad paint, but I don't care. Actually, that's not very handy, I have nothing, no. I'll do that in a later stage. I don't know if I need to wait for this to dry. I really don't. Oh, we're already like 40 minutes in. Good. Well, this tutorial's gonna take about an hour, and oh well. I'll edit it tomorrow and render it, and if my voice didn't get picked up properly, do the commentary, same thing, and then I'll just upload it Sunday. But if it did pick up properly, I'll just edit it and render it and upload it all tomorrow. I hope that works. See what brush I'm gonna use. These brushes are of no specific brand. They are probably more than 30 years old, and maybe 20. And they are, well, they used to be my mom's brushes. I don't know if she used them. They look kind of beaten up, so I guess they were used at some point. I believe my mom bought them for acrylics, which it are clearly not acrylic brushes. Acrylic brushes look more like, this, for example. This is an acrylic brush, and, let's see. This would be a random brush that I hardly use because it is so difficult to clean it, and also it loses its hairs quite easily. I picked it up for like, wow, okay, yeah, too much talking. I picked it up for like 50 cents. So that is, yeah, I picked up a set of 3 for 50 cents because this also came in that set, and I just don't know. 50 cents, I mean, it's 50 cents, who the fuck cares? And this is a fan brush. I have a lot of them. I believe I have 7 fan brushes, and I have these palette knives in different shapes and sizes, and a toothbrush. And what I also like to use for my watercolors sometimes is this thing, because I had some Indian ink left from a school project I did 5 years ago, and we got these with it. I have 2 of them. I have one of my brothers as well because it was in my class. And yeah, I don't know, I just kind of kept them, and they make nice lines. I think, can we apply the paint on it now? I really don't know. Does it say on the bottle? It says remove as soon as it is dry. So can we just put the paint on now? Because otherwise I have to wait for it to dry, put the paint on in like a second, and then remove it again. Is it... will that keep the paint out? Seriously? I don't know. Let's just try, because I'm kind of excited. Does it? It doesn't seem to let the water go through, so that's nice. Put on a good layer of water, just because I really want it to flow. I don't know how this works. I've never worked with masking fluid. Leave a comment on how to work with masking fluid. Please, if you know, do that. Please, 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 please. It'll help me so much. I mean, honestly, I can't do this. But yeah, so here we go. There we go. Put on a good layer. And I know at the bottom of my paper it has already dried again, because it is warping and buckling, which is annoying me. Yeah, let's just get my palette and do this piece by piece. So yes. So I'm gonna start with um, my I believe this is Alizarin Crimson. Don't quote me on that. I actually don't think it is. I don't have the color names at hand right now. Also, I don't use the highest quality of watercolors, but it's quite okay. So I hope it will turn out okay. Um, I really like the effect it gives by just dabbing, because that is, I mean, that just gives an awesome effect on this piece. It needs to look kind of wild. Do not, I repeat, do not work it too much. It'll ruin your piece. What I do suggest you do is make the corners darker. That will give a dramatic effect. But yeah, do not work it too much. You could work it a bit though, like over here. It's not flowing enough. So what I'll do is I'll just do this. Yeah, it really keeps it out. That's nice. What you could also do is first apply this and then maybe dab near the mermaid, because then it gives a nice... No, actually, make it darker near the mermaid. You don't want to do whatever you want. Because I can't decide, and it's your painting. You should be able to do whatever you want, whatever you feel like doing. Now this is really nice. I think this is gonna turn out okay. What I like doing is adding a bit of water on the sides of this to make it flow, and water gives a really unique effect to it. If you add just water, it'll give you some nice lines. And so yeah, let's add the next color. I think it will turn out a bit orange actually on the camera, which I don't like, but yeah, I hope this water is usable. Let's see. Let's use a bit of this. So here I am adding the blue, and I don't know why, but I'm standing. I really don't know why. So add a lot of water and a lot of pigment because you really want it to flow, and at the same time you really want it to like be pigmented, and sometimes that does not go together very well. If it does not, then I guess either get better paint or get a lot of water and make it pick up a lot of pigment by using maybe not even a watercolor brush. You could use an acrylic brush to do that, or get a better brush. That could also work. So yeah, upgrading your materials is a way, guys. Let's see, let's add some more water over here, because we're gonna expand this way. And don't forget, maybe I'm already too late, adding some water over here, because you still want this to blend even though you're not working on it right now. So let's add some more blue. I really like the color scheme in this. It has some off colors. It is not primary blue. It is, I believe this is ultramarine, and I'm using some sort of crimson red color. It is darker than normal red and somewhat pinkish. And then I am also using Oh, let's tap some right here. That will be fun. I will be using some sort of, well, you could kind of call it a maybe a turquoise. No, that's not it. But it's sort of a bluish green. It looks dark green when it dries up, but it's actually it's this color, which it looks dark green on the camera, but I'll make sure to like make a better picture of it so that I could show that in the end, and maybe you can see what it actually is. Again, to have it in there, to have it in the blue, maybe that works, because like it'll blend somewhat, not a whole lot though, unless you're using really good paints, then it will. Actually use some here as well. Yeah, so let's add some water here again, and use some water here. I know you shouldn't be using dirty water, but I mean, for the purpose of the video, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, now we're gonna go into the, I don't know what this is called. It's sort of like an orange, sort of like a yellow, which is our last color today. And I really like this color, so I'm gonna use it a lot. It is one of my favorites, honestly. Here, let that do what it does best. Let it flow. Let it be watercolors. Because honestly, watercolors are really fun. They move everywhere, and it's just so exciting to see them just be their happy little self. They sounded kind of like Bob Ross there. Happy little clouds. Wow. I just love the way that guy talks. Like, honestly, that is amazing. I wish I could do that. Here it's creating some sort of new green, which I like. Put some dots right there as well. Maybe if you want to add some red dots in the yellow or the blue, that could work as well. Maybe I'll do a little bit and add a lot of water and a little blue and red. Let's see, that is really intense red, so it's there and there. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun, and actually I think that's too bright. Let's soften it down a bit. Yeah, that's better. And now I suggest you let it rest. I really like the colours, and the way they're showing up in the camera is also quite okay. So put our palette aside. This is my palette, if you didn't see that. I have 12 colours in here. You may be wondering why this one's there, but I use it as a black. It's a Payne's Grey. This one is a green. I don't know what green. It is my light green. This is my bluish green. This is my phthalo blue. My ultramarine blue, my alizarin crimson like color that I don't know the name of, cadmium red, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, azo yellow, is what it's called in Dutch, like azo geel. It's the Dutch name. I don't know what it's called in English. Probably azo yellow, something like that. This is my cadmium yellow light, and this is my white. Why white, you might ask? I do not know. It worked for making clouds though, so that was really exciting. I should remove it as soon as it's dry. Cool, but I think it is already dry. No, it's not. Okay, cool. So yeah, now I'm just gonna let it dry, and I'll let you know when it's like done. I don't know how to pause this though. I'll just add in a picture of when it's done. Basically what you're gonna want to do is to remove all the masking fluid. Yeah, masking fluid. Why the weird voice? I don't know. I am weird. But yeah, you're gonna want to remove the masking fluid, so yeah. I guess that was it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you'll rejoin me soon in one of my next videos. I'm gonna produce one tomorrow as well, because I need to do sketches for art in school. Because I have art as a subject as well. So yeah, I hope you guys will have a lot of fun doing the project if you're doing it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.